Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So after months of guessing, Microsoft late on Friday in my part of the world announced that Edge is going to begin phasing out Manifest version 2 extensions like uBlock Origin for consumers starting this month in August 2026. And Microsoft says it aims to complete the transition to V3 by the end of this year. And this does come as a bit of a surprise. And this is now following in the footsteps of Google Chrome. Now, Microsoft says that it's beginning the next phase of its Manifest V2 shutdown, meaning that popular extensions that haven't moved to the newer Manifest V3 platform will gradually stop working in Edge. And as mentioned, this puts Edge on a path similar to Google Chrome, which has already moved away from the older extension platform, as I've spoken about on the channel in previous videos. Now, obviously, this change is going to be very noticeable for users of uBlock Origin, which obviously is a very popular ad blocker, which still relies on Manifest V2. Now, according to Microsoft, only 58 extensions with meaningful usage, according to Microsoft, on the Edge add-on store will use Manifest V2. And over and above that, Microsoft says that just 3 of those extensions don't currently have an MV3 version available. Microsoft also says that remaining MV2 extensions will gradually be turned off by default, with users receiving notifications before the change affects them. And the rollout will begin with Edge Canary, which is an early preview, then it'll move to dev and beta, and eventually reach the stable version. And obviously I'll keep you guys in the loop regarding the phase of it in preview making its way down to stable, with Microsoft saying that the full deprecation of MV2 like uBlock Origin will take place by the end of this year, 2026. Now, it's also mentioned that enterprise users get a little more time, where Microsoft says managed devices won't be affected during the initial consumer rollout, with enterprise deprecation planned for early 2027. But I think the biggest concern here would be Edge users using uBlock Origin, because the full version of uBlock Origin is an MV2 extension that depends on capabilities that aren't available in the same way under Manifest V3. Now, obviously, you do get options like uBlock Origin Lite, which was specifically designed for the newer extension architecture. But Microsoft's own documentation now confirms that its long-term direction is toward Manifest V3, which, as I mentioned, comes as a bit of a surprise. I didn't think Edge was going to deprecate MV2. And the MV2 extensions will eventually stop functioning in Edge. That's why I'm just giving you this quick heads up. Now, this isn't going to be taking place overnight, okay? There's still a bit of work to do, so to speak. As mentioned, it's got to appear in Canary, then Dev, then Beta, then eventually Stable. But Microsoft does say that the MV2 extensions will be gradually disabled, starting with its preview channels and expanding to Stable over the coming months. And you will also receive advanced notifications and recommendations for MV3 alternatives where available. And obviously, I'll keep you guys posted. And I do think this is going to cause a little bit of debate. Let me know your thoughts regarding this deprecation. For me, it comes as a bit of a surprise. I didn't think they were going to deprecate MV2 like uBlock Origin, but let me know your thoughts. And obviously, this also means that if you don't want to use uBlock Origin Lite, you have other options of browsers like Brave and Firefox still have uBlock Origin and MV2 extensions available to be used in their browsers. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.